Alright, how you doing, Six Line? This is Mateo with Gamut. I'm going to take you through our new guidelines for single rings. We actually came out with basically a ground-up redesign. We've made the guide lighter, we made it stronger, and much simpler. So what we actually did that's totally different from what we've done before is we've been testing out some basic sliders for the last 2 years. We had a couple of our pros testing for us on the World Cup. Turned out to be quite a good thing to do. So what we've done is we've basically taken a polyurethane slider, we put an O-ring around that slider, and what that does is it dampens all the noise. So now we have a perfectly silent guide. We've also actually redesigned the bash guard. We've increased some of the fillets. We've actually also changed the structure to actually increase the strength, but actually reduce the weight. And we also put in aluminum inserts to make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on the plastic. So all in all, came out really well. The new P38 is a P38 specific guide for 38 ring. We got some feedback. Turns out the P40 was a guide that was too big, so people wanted a smaller guide. So we did that. We're also still doing the P40. I'm sorry, we're also doing the P30 and the P20. So those came out quite well as well. It also actually tucks up at a higher angle than we had before, so the exposure to the lower engagement point is much higher. That way we don't have any issues with rocks hitting the guide in the bash guard, because then do its job a little more properly. So that's the reason for the O-ring, and that's in terms of dampening noise, and then it also helps us make a much lighter guide with actually no moving parts. So we're looking at dropping approximately 20 to 30% of weight on all guides. So our P30 is now at 180 grams as opposed to the 225 grams it used to be. The P38 comes in at 195. So all guides are now actually well under 200 grams for the complete setup. We're also going to be using this same approach on our dual ring guides, which will be released in about July timeframe. And the single ring guides will be available at probably 30 days. We've actually minimized the amount of adjustability the guide needs, and part of the reason is we make specific guides for specific ranges of chainring size. But if you do need to space out basically the sliders, what we've done is made some custom sliders, custom spacers, and these actually go between the boomerang and the slider points. So made them fun, branded them Gamut, and then we also basically ensure that they slide in between this and that. So it's actually just two 5mm hex screws, very simple to use. Obviously, those are the only two bolts on the actual boomerang, and if you put these in between, you can space it out and reach out to the chain line that you prefer on your bike. So made that incredibly simple as well. All right, one other thing we did is we actually changed, along with the structure and the engineering of the bash guard, we also played with some cleaner looking graphics. We have a nice Gamut pattern in the thinnest point of the bash guard, and then we're also going to offer these in black, white, red, and blue. But we're also looking at doing some different graphic schemes as well, and we also do custom OEM graphics as well. So for OEMs, we'd be interested in any ideas they have to do custom stuff. But black, red, blue, and white, and every guide. All right, so price-wise, we're going to retail for the same amount. We're $149.99 for this guide, and then the dual guides that will be coming out soon will be also at $139.99. So we're not increasing the price for any of this. We're going to stay at the same place, and people appreciate that.